What up, everybody? Welcome back to Miles of Heart. Welcome back to the channel. I got another fun episode for you guys today, but first, I got to give a shout out to everyone that was hanging out yesterday on Sunday Spookies Live. I think we had 7 people in the chat yesterday. It's a ton of fun. I love doing those lives. So definitely, if you're new to my channel, definitely come hang Sundays, usually early afternoon, somewhere between 11 and 2. It's a lot of fun. We talk about recent pickups, watches, all the physical media news of the week. So yeah, if you are new to my channel as well, please be sure to slam that like button. And subscribe if you don't already subscribe to my channel. Let's get right into today's topic because I thought this would be a fun one to do because I picked up a lot of Scream Factory lately, and I already had a pretty big Scream Factory collection. And so I just wanted to kind of, for my own sake, kind of like inventory and catalog a lot of this Scream Factory stuff. But it's pretty wild. Like, I have everything out right next to me. There's stacks everywhere here, and it's pretty wild to see what my Scream Factory collection has become. It's just nuts. And again, like, I have a huge horror movie collection. If you want to see more pictures and stills, go give me a follow over on Instagram at Miles of Horror as well. Hey. And you can see a lot of my collection of my VHS, my DVD, my Blu-ray, my 4K. I post there regularly. But my Scream Factory stuff, I really wanted to showcase it because I haven't really taken it off the shelf and kind of like cataloged it in a while. So let's get into it. And I need a couple things before I start. One, there is undoubtedly stuff elsewhere in my shelves that I probably forgot about or misshelved somewhere, yada yada. The other thing is I don't know what the other thing is. I forgot. But I had 2 things I wanted to say. But anyway, let's get into Scream Factory. I remember what the other thing is. And the other thing is that there's no rhyme or reason for the most part to how I'm going to do this. There's just shit everywhere. I might start with the box sets, but everything else is just in piles everywhere. So, all right, right off the bat, I have the infamous Friday the 13th box set. This thing is a grail. And I had to start off with this one. This thing was a huge accomplishment for physical media. To get all these titles together under one roof was a massive accomplishment. So yeah, Friday 13th, the box set. Just a wonderful piece of physical media. This is like the definitive way to own these movies. This was a landmark release, and I remember when the news of this thing dropped, and it was like, holy shit! I remember, I'm pretty sure I was living on 87th Street. I live in New York City. And I remember the news dropped. I was home. I think it was COVID, right? If I'm not mistaken. And I was sitting at home because I was just home because it's COVID. And like the news dropped, and I was like, holy shit, don't quote me on that. I think it was COVID. I could be wrong. And it was just absolutely catastrophic to the entire physical media world. And I was like, no fucking way is that happening. But anyway, Friday 13th, massive, amazing set. In keeping up with the box sets, let me put this down. Keeping up with the box sets, one of my absolute favorite pieces of physical media in my collection, bar none. In totalitarian in my entire collection, and that is the Halloween Scream Factory box set. Another landmark piece of physical media. And before the 4K, this is always going to be so special to me because Halloween's my favorite franchise, and I just love the artwork on this. I absolutely love this shot right here where he's just hanging behind the tree. It's just a gorgeous set. And again, like, to have all the movies like this housed under one roof is incredible. Just incredible. So yeah. We've got the Halloween Scream Factory box set. And also, the other thing I'll say is this. The other thing I love about this box set, and that it was such a nice touch at the time. Again, these are not 4Ks, guys. These are Blu-rays. But what they did to set this set apart from the rest is they made this with the black cases. And that was, at the time, such a cool piece of flavor on this set that set it apart from everything else. And I remember when it dropped, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. And it was a huge deal to me that they used black cases in this because I didn't expect that. And so the black cases really made this set stand apart, even though they're not 4Ks. To have Blu-rays and black cases was a really cool touch with this set. All right, next up we have the Critters box set. Let's stick with the box sets. You got Critters 1 through 4. Now I'll say this: this is a very cool, nifty little box set. You got all 4 Critters in here. Not the new one that came out, but you got all 4 Critters. And I'll tell you this: I love this set. I don't need any other edition. They got the original artwork on all of these. So super cool. And I will say this: I was a little I was feeling a little FOMO when Arrow dropped the Critters box set. That was a gorgeous box set. But I was like, you know what? The Scream Factory editions are fantastic. So I stuck with the Scream Factory. So yeah, there you have it. Critters 1 through 4. Banging box set. Really cool. All right, next up we have another one of my favorite box sets here. And that is the Ring 4K UHD collection. I don't know if the second and third one are UHDs in this one. I know the original is. Oh yeah, they are. I'm sorry. So you got the Ring 2, and the Rings. They're all 4K UHDs. And this was a massive deal for me when it came out. This was a huge announcement for me. I am a massive fan of the Ring, the original The Ring. I adore it. Okay, this was a huge gateway horror movie for me. And in my opinion, still one of the scariest movies of that whole 2000s generation. Right? Is it 99 or 2000? I think it was 2000. Let's see. 2002. I'm sorry, but yeah, that whole early 2000 generation was like so different for horror. It was such a bizarre time period for horror in so many ways. You know, you had the bizarre CGI effects coming into play, and a lot of the practical effects were kind of going by the wayside, and it wasn't the genre was changing quite a bit. And you had this rise of the J horror with The Ring and The Grudge, and The Ring to me was a massive standout movie and scared the absolute living shit out of me when I saw it. And me and my buddy, we were at a sleepover party when we first watched it. We actually had to turn it off because we were so scared after that closet scene. But I adore The Ring, so this was like a big deal for me when this came out. Whatever, 3 years ago at this point. But yeah, The Ring 4K UHD, big deal to me. All right, next up we have the Fly box set. This is a big deal to a lot of people. I think the box set, it's cool that you have all the movies in here, but I'm gonna be honest, don't throw shade at me. I bought it for the first one because I'm such a big fan of the original Fly, and I haven't watched any of the others yet. So you got the original artwork on there, the Fly, Cronenberg. Yeah, I mean, I love this movie so much. It really falls into that like the Blob category. Like the practical effects in this movie are fucking awesome. Brundlefly, I love the Fly. So this was something I had to get just because I love the first one so much, and I'm a sucker for a box set. But yeah, the Fly collection. All right, next I got one more like big box set here, and that is the Omen collection. Guys, super cool set that they did. The thing that's so cool about this set, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, is I think I got it for like, I didn't get it when it first came out. I got it like on sale. This thing goes on sale for like $20. Like, it's just crazy to me that you can get like 5 Blu-rays like this for $20, and then you get in the Scream Factory scan. So at least gonna be a 2K scan. So yeah, the Omen box set, really cool artwork on there. This is kind of a no-brainer for me. So the Omen. All right, moving right along here. I just have piles and piles. So I'm just gonna go through. We got Prince of Darkness, the 4K. Great movie, John Carpenter. Really cool. Next, we got a little bit of a mini box set. We got Elvira's Haunted Hills. Really cool edition. Like a slipcase on there. See, I love these little slipcases that Scream Factory does. You know, all the Halloween 4Ks they did have these. I think these are awesome. And Elvira's Haunted Hills is a movie I watched as a kid with my dad. So I kind of have a special place in my heart for Elvira's Haunted Hills. Really cool movie, really cool edition. Next we have the Dead Silence 4K, another big deal to me because I love this movie. I think this is James Wan's best movie, and I think I'm gonna say something now that might be a little contested, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I think Dead Silence is one of, if not the most underrated horror movie ever made. And I mean that. I think this movie is so fucking awesome. It's so gory and it's so badass and it's so terrifying. And it really doesn't get that much love. This movie is, I adore this movie every single time I watch it. Mary Shaw is terrifying. So anyway, Dead Silence. I got the slip on that one. Also, dummy horror is just scary. I'm a child of the 90s, so like I don't even want for me. I grew up reading Night of the Living Dummy. All right, let's keep it going here. You know I got to show love to The Craft in 4K. Child of the 90s, so boom, The Craft. Of course, we got landmark release. Huge. I was kind of hoping Arrow had it. I was going to do it at some point. We still can get a UK box set, but that is the Killer Clowns in Outer Space 4K UHD. This is one of the best 4Ks I've ever seen. The colors in this movie pop so hard. Yeah, Killer Clowns 4K, and I love that they kept the original artwork on there. So nice. All right, next up, we got The Blob 4K UHD. You know I'm going to grab The Blob. Huge fan of this movie. Possibly the greatest remake of all time. Love The Blob. Then you've got The Faculty 4K UHD. You know I got to show love to The Faculty. Let's see what I got here. Let me show some love for The Faculty.
Guaranteed to jack you up.
I love this movie so much. I saw this back in the theaters, and I'm pretty sure it was New Year's 1999 or New Year's 2000, whatever it was. I saw it in the theater with a couple of buddies, Mark Nadboy, Matt Canner. We watched this thing in the theater, and it was awesome. The Faculty. Next up, we got Krampus, the Naughty Cut. I love Krampus. And it's crazy to me as I'm going through these titles, the catalog that Scream Factory has. It is insane. I mean, look at these titles I just said. The Ring, The Faculty, The Blob, Killer Clowns, 4K UA. This is insane. You know, it's kind of like crazy to see where they're at right now because this company has put out their back. And I'm looking at these titles here. Like, this, oh my God, what a catalog. Krampus. I love Krampus. Next up, we got Motel Hell, another movie I love. Motel Hell is awesome. Got some schmutz on here. That's not really coming off. That's okay. All right, we got Motel Hell. Again, it takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters. Love Motel Hell. Great movie. All right, next up, we've got The Howling 4K. I actually just picked this one up recently. It's still sealed. The Howling 4K. And I actually didn't own that movie in any capacity. So I'm excited. I was excited to add that one. Next, we got Hush. This is a recent watch for me. It's a badass movie. Really, really cool movie. Next, we've got The Sorority House Massacre. Now, I own this movie on VHS, and I've seen it once, and I really enjoyed it when I watched it. I've heard this 4K is insane. So I'm really excited to watch this thing back in UHD. And when I did watch it, yes, I have the VHS, but I picked that one up recently. When I watched this, I actually watched it streaming. So I'm super excited to own this one again, and I can't wait to watch it. Next, all right, we have Silent Night, Deadly Night, 4K UHD with the slip. Gorgeous edition. That might be a watch soon. It is Christmas time. We've got Night of the Creeps, 4K UHD. Love this movie. Next up, we got The Fog, 4K UHD. I haven't even opened this one yet. I picked this one up at a con a couple years ago, and I just haven't gotten around to opening it yet. I haven't gotten around to watching it, but The Fog, 4K UHD. Dawn of the Dead, the remake, 4K UHD. This movie just fucking slaps. I love the Dawn of the Dead remake, so I had to grab the 4K. We got Nightbreed. Now, I've seen this movie once, and I had the limited Arrow set, and I think I sold it off because I just didn't really love this movie the first time I watched it. I need to watch it again. So I picked up the 4K UHD. I got it on a great deal. I think it was like $20. So I picked it up because I want to rewatch it, revisit it. But Nightbreed. All right, next up we got Life Force, Toby Hooper. Really cool movie. There's boobs the entire thing. Great boobs at that. Yeah, great movie. Life Force, really fun. We got this was a cool set. Okay, this I picked up at Forbidden Planet downtown New York City many I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago. Truly, like when I it had to have been 7 years ago at this point. I picked this up at Forbidden Planet in New York City. That's when I was still like kind of going into stores and picking stuff up. And I picked this up at Forbidden Planet. Really cool hard box edition of Creepshow. And this is going to be the way I own this movie forever. I'm not going to upgrade this. It's a great transfer. Next up, I'm not going to go through all these, but we've got the Halloween 4K UHDs. This was a big deal for me because of they gave this franchise a nice makeover. Okay, so you got the 4K UHDs here. You got all 7, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies here. So you got 8 movies here, and this is a really cool way to have remade these movies in 4K UHD, and they did these neat little slipcases, and I think this was a really cool touch. The slipcases, I'm glad they weren't just regular slip covers, because a franchise like Halloween deserves something a little better. And so I'm just happy they did this. I am so happy to own these, and not for nothing, but like. These slip cases have been sold out for a while, and they're not easy to get anymore. You can get them online, but like they're gonna be rarer and rarer by the day. All right, let's just keep going here. We got Tales from the Hood. I picked this one up recently because I love this movie. And I have been recently like doing a lot of Scream Factory shopping. Okay, on Groove or on Amazon, because a lot of these titles, to be honest with you, are not going to last. Like, I think they're going to be out of print pretty soon, and you're going to be kicking yourself for not having them in your collection. I just want to catalog them. I don't give a fuck about the slip. I just want the movie. Like, Tales from the Hood, like, I want to have this in my collection. Sure, would I like the slip? Of course. But, like, I don't give a fuck. It was like, I don't know, $10. If you want to chase down the slips on all these, it's going to cost you an exorbitant amount of money. I want the movie. I want the movie in my collection, etc. So next up, we got The Brain. Awesome practical effects movie. So much fun. Then we got a pair of Tales from the Crypt movies. Fun fact, bogus fact, but fun fact. I had both these with the slips. Okay. And I left them at a girl's house that I was dating many years ago. And she didn't live nearby. And I slept at her place for the weekend. And I brought a whole slew of movies, and these were 2 of them. And I left them there, and things did not go well the next few weeks. And I never got those movies back. Womp womp. And so, yeah. I repurchased them without the slip, but I'm okay with it. But it sucks to have had the slip and then not. We did a whole Tales from the Crypt weekend. I brought season 5 with me over there, and I left season 5 there, so a buddy had to gift me season 5 again. Anyway, we got Valentine, awesome 90s slasher. Love Valentine, David Boreanaz, great movie. I saw it in the theater back in the day, terrifying. We got Ghost Ship. I was just doing a live show last week. And someone called this the greatest intro first kill ever. They could be right. That first opening scene of the boat is fucking awesome. Killer Party. This movie fucking rocks. If you have not seen Killer Party, definitely go check it out. And this is like a perfect example of movies that are probably not going to last. Like if you can find a Killer Party right now in the wild, go get it. I would recommend grabbing this thing soon. Who knows what the deal is with this one. Black Christmas. Boom. This was the Friday 13th replacement disc that they did. We got Pumpkinhead Blu-ray. Now, I understand that Pumpkinhead 2 actually goes for a lot of money. I read this thing since fucking Scuffy McGee. Pumpkinhead. We got Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. 4K UHD. I love this franchise. I have the first 3 on VHS. I have the first 3 on DVD. Do I have them on Blu-ray? I don't know. But I have them both on DVD and VHS, and I now have the 4K UHD on the first 2. All right, next up we got They Live, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Great movie. We got My Bloody Valentine 4K UHD, baby. All right, let me just kind of resituate here. All right, we're getting there. Got one more big stack. All right, next up we got Shocker 4K UHD. This is a little bit of a letdown to me. I picked it up and I watched it. It was the first time watching me. It was cool. I enjoyed it. The 4K is insane. Like right off the bat, when you see the Shocker like logo, it pops so hard. Cool movie. I didn't love it though. All right, let's keep on cruising. We got Poltergeist 2 4K UHD. We got Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi. Someone just asked me in my live yesterday, what's my favorite non-Evil Dead Sam Raimi movie? And zero hesitation, it's Drag Me to Hell. I love this movie. Alison Lohman, Justin Long are fucking awesome in this movie. Mrs. Ganoush cracks me up. The movie's fantastic. And the ending gets me every fucking time. It is one of my favorite endings in horror movie cinema history. It's so good, and I can't get the image out of my mind. Drag Me to Hell with the original art, so awesome. Next up, we got The Night of the Demons 1, 2, and 3. This is also a very big deal for me. I love these movies. I love the remake that came out. I love all three of these so much. So the fact that they did this movie, it's justice. Again, we got the original in 4K UHD, and you got Blu-rays of the other two. Fucking awesome. Really cool. Again, look at this fucking discography, this catalog that I'm going through right now. It is insane. And like the best is yet to come. All right, we got a movie called Frankie Frico. This is the director of Psycho Gorman, and I picked it up because I love Psycho Gorman. This one was a stinker, unfortunately. I was really bummed out because I really wanted to see it. And yeah, I mean, you might like it. It wasn't really for me. It was kind of lame. But Frankie Frico. Then you got Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. You know I got to show love to these. Now, the real question, the burning question that's on my mind, and I can't get it out, is who's got the first one? Who's got Sleepaway Camp, the original one in 4K? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Vinegar Syndrome. Okay, that's who I think's got it. I think it might be like next year's Black Friday reveal. I think we're going to get Sleepaway Camp from Vinegar Syndrome this year at some point. And so, yeah, that's what I think. You know, they had to have been outbid by someone. There's no chance that they didn't try and get it, you know, and I'm willing to bet it was Vinegar Syndrome because they have the money now to do it. And it falls right into their alley. It really does. You're telling me that Troll 2 and Sleepaway Camp you can't put those two out? All right, next up, we got The Return of the Living Dead, the slipcover. I got the original Blu-ray here. I love this one. I love this edition, slipcover edition. really. I've had this thing for forever. I love it. Return of the Living Dead. Great edition. At one point, this thing was going for like $100. It was insane. I held on to it, though. All right, we got Misery, Kathy Bates, Stephen King. Fantastic movie. We got Tales from the Dark Side, the Blu-ray with the slip. We've got classics here. We got House of Wax, Alicia Cuthbert, Chad Michael Murray. Classic right here. My girl Paris Hilton, Jared Padalecki, Paris Hilton, Pole Through the Head. I fucking love this movie. House of Wax slaps. We got Idle Hands. Okay, awesome movie. Devin Sawa, Seth Green. Great stuff. Jessica Alba's in this. Fucking babe in this movie. Idle Hands. Again, like, look at this fucking catalog they have. It's insane. All right, we have the Blob Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray and the UHD. I just love this movie. I also love the artwork on the Blu-ray. I think it was a really cool slip. All right, next up, we have a movie called a very little-known movie that I've never heard anyone else talk about that was kind of fun. It's called Itsy Bitsy. I did a full-on review of this maybe last year, maybe 2 years ago. Really fun movie. I got it on a sale. It was like $9. I think it might have been a Black Friday sale. And I watched it. I had a good time with it. It's like spider horror. Next up, we got the Trick or Treat Blu-ray. Now, I have the Arrow UHD as well, but I just love the original artwork on this Scream Factory Blu-ray. This will always be one of my favorite releases. So yeah, Scream Factory Trick or Treat, fantastic release. Next up, we got, oh my god, like this catalog is insane. Slither, one of my favorite creature features ever. I cannot wait for a 4K UHD of this. It was announced from someone, I think it was a UK release. I can't wait for it to come out in the States. This is one of my absolute favorite creature features ever. Slither fucking rocks. What else we got here? We got the Funhouse, another Toby Hooper flick. I like this movie a lot. I haven't watched it in a long time. It's definitely creepy. It's definitely got a Halloween vibe to it. So I picked up the 4K UHD. Next we've got the Sleepaway Camps. I've had these in my collection forever. And these things was at one point we're going for big money. I remember like they were going for like $100 each. It was insane. And I was like, I'm not selling this. It's the only fucking way I can own this movie. At the time on Blu-ray, I think. Or at least it was the best scan of it at the time. And I was like, I was like an early collector at that time. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of my Sleepaway Camp. I'm sorry, I'm just not. All right, we got another great 2-pack. Great 2-pack. We got TerrorVision and Video Dead. I fucking love both of these movies. These VHS tapes are super hard to find. TerrorVision is fucking awesome. I love TerrorVision. We have Brain Scan. Okay, Edward Furlong, really cool video game movie. Kind of internet electronic horror. We got Return of Living Dead Part 2. Got the standard edition there. Then we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Then we got Night of the Comet. I just watched this for the first time in probably like 5 years or so. And every time I watch this, I'm just so underwhelmed. Like, it's a fine movie. It's a feel-good movie. And I like the characters and I kind of like the narrative. But, like, it just kind of sucks. I don't know. People love this movie. It's not really my vibe. I don't know. Next, we got Snoop Diggity Dog and Bones. Now, again, I have not seen this movie in probably 20 years. Okay, but I remember seeing it when I was younger, but this movie sucks. But I rewatched the trailer for it. I'm like, this looks like it kind of slaps, and it looks like it aged really well. So I picked it up recently and added Bones back to my collection. Snoop Dogg. After Midnight, another one I picked up recently. Again, I think this thing was actually a little pricey. I think it was like $25 because I think it's hard to get, and I think it's going to be even harder very soon. So I snagged it after Midnight. Next, we have a movie called Dr. Giggles. I just watched this for the first time. People have been telling me for years to watch this thing, and it did not disappoint. It was fucking awesome. My dad watched this, I don't know, however many years ago, and has sworn by it. He keeps telling me to check it out, and I finally did with the Scream Factory Blue, and it's fucking awesome. I loved it. Next up, we have, these are two of my crowning achievements. We have Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2. These are recent pickups for me. I finally got my hands on these. For whatever reason, I just never got around to buy them, probably because I had the DVD for forever, and it was one of my earliest DVDs, and I had such a affinity for that DVD. I still have it, but that's kind of how I watched it for so long. And then it went out of print, and it was so hard to find, and it went for big money, and you got the director shit going on. So it just never happened for me. And then I did a video a couple weeks ago, but all of a sudden this thing popped up on Groove out of nowhere. Okay. The original Jeepers Creepers for $27 popped up on Groove. So I picked it up there, and I know I helped a few other people get it. A lot of people hit me up thanking me for the fact that I alerted them to this, and so I'm just happy I got it as well. I was able to help some people out in the process. And then I found on eBay, once I was like, I gotta find the second one now. And I found the second one with the slip it was pricey. I got it for around $48, I think, maybe $50 around there. And it's not, I hate paying that, but I think it was worth it. I've seen this thing go for 90 to 100. So I bought it, and it's whatever. And so yeah, Jeepers Creepers 2. Next we have Cherry Falls. This is a movie with Brittany Murphy. I've never seen it. I think it was like $7.99 on Amazon. 90s horror. Fuck yeah, like let's fucking rock. All right, next up, we got Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. This is the only one of the movies that I didn't own on Blu-ray. I had the first one, and I have 3, 4, and 5 on that Vestron release. So I said, you know what? I got to slam dunk this thing, and it was cheap. It was like, I don't know, $10. So Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. All right, we got a couple more here. We got Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. I've never seen this. I'm really excited to check this one out. Then we've got Bad Moon, werewolf flick from the mid-90s, I believe. And then finally, last but not least, Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth. Awesome, awesome movie. We got 13 Ghosts. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is my complete Scream Factory collection. And as I do want to say one more time that there's most likely other titles here that I forgot about somewhere in my shelves because I have a million movies, a million. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. That's my Scream Factory collection. Are you guys finding yourself getting a lot of Scream Factory lately? Trying to snag some titles? Hit me up in the comments. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Slam that like button and share this video on your pages, yada yada, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Actually, let me leave you guys with something fun here. If you wait on the Scream Factory titles, it's gonna cost you quite a bit of money.
Gonna cost you a lot of money. Let's see.
All right, your boy Miles out. Peace.